How about Tennessee, Shane? Here's the schedule: Syracuse in Atlanta. That's a a little bit better team than people realize. I think. ETSU at home, Georgia at home, UAB at home. Then you're at Mississippi State. Then you get a bye week for Arkansas at home. Little revenge game there.
Yeah.
Can't beat Arkansas according to let's see, cousin Salt Miner. Want to give you a shout out there. Alabama away, Kentucky away, Oklahoma at home. You get a bye week. Thank goodness you get a bye week for New Mexico State. There, you're gonna need it. And then at Florida and Vanderbilt at home. This is another very, very friendly schedule.
Yes.
Thoughts on what the Vols could do next year?
Well, I think this is I love it. I love the bye week placement. I love the home field placement. You know, even that Syracuse game, you're just going down Atlanta, 3 hours, you're right there at it. So this is set up pretty, man. And this is why I've got them going 11-1 next year. I've got Georgia being the loss, but Bama, Florida is I say this every year, and then Florida beats us, but I don't know. I feel pretty good about it right now, and I think 11-1 is going to be your record next year. Man, what a schedule! What a beautiful schedule that is.
Drinking that Kool-Aid already.
I'm in. Well, you get to the playoffs one year, you feel like you're going to be there every year, you know?
Give me 9-3. I think 9-3, Shane.
Fuck.
Georgia loss at Alabama and at Florida. Now, you could convince me, Shane. I don't even remember. Actually, I do remember because it was quite a historic when they beat Georgia. But aside from that, I have very few memories of Tennessee beating Georgia. So I got to see it to believe it. You beat that one, you can win all these teams, all these games. And I'm not saying Alabama's going to be a world beater. I'm not saying Florida's going to be. Remember, we did Florida's schedule. They got several. I think it's. Let's pull up their schedule real quick. Florida's got leading up to this. I mean, they got. Man,
jeez.
Gauntlet here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So game after game after game before they get to Tennessee. So they could be beaten up. They could be bad. It's really going to go to the team that's deeper. But I also know the team. It always wins down at the swamp, and it's in Florida Gators. So I think 9-3 is what you shoot for. Be just on the outside looking into the playoff. Of course, again, Greg Sankey's going to fix it for us. But if you can swing one of those, if you can get to 10-2, I think you're going back to the college football playoff.
Yeah, well, you're wrong. But I will say this, too. Another concern I have, you always hear rumors, but what does this team look like after the playoffs? Do we lose anybody in the portal? You know, we got a second window. And when does this first portal officially close?
I believe it's the 28th of December, but then there's a rule that as soon as your season ends, you get, I think it's 5 days. So the national championship is not till January 20th.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say it's Texas and Georgia. Those players have until January 25th to get in the portal. And then, as always, there could be coach. I keep hearing it, Shane.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't even be, I mean, this is going to sound crazy, right? But this is the God's honest truth. A lot of people think this is going to happen, despite all the media storm last week.
Yeah.
Let's say, like Cincinnati Bengals fired their coach.
Mm-hmm.
If they call up Bill Belichick and say, come coach the Bengals, I know he just took that North Carolina job, his ass is gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it could be an SEC coach. And there are, I've been told, there's coaches that if they get that call, they're going immediately. So I don't know who that is, but you got to think, who are the successful coaches?
Yeah.
Kirby. I'm not saying it's Kirby, but I'm just saying Kirby, Sarkisian, Lane Kiffin. If these guys get the call, they're gone. And then the portal opens back up, and if one of those big time jobs opens, it's going to have dominoes all across the sport.
That'd be wild, man. Absolutely. So I'm just saying, Tennessee, you feel good right now. I mean, we've lost a couple of kids, but we still haven't really heard that final bell, if you will. So that's the only thing is you may be closer 10-2, but 9-3. I still think you're in. Of course, I said that last year, but definitely 10-2. I think you're fine. It's the Bama Florida one for me, and I feel like those are very tricky. I wish kind of that we had Florida earlier, but you know, I don't make the schedule, and late that one sits there.
Maybe later is better.
I don't know, man. Hell, not this year. Florida caught fire, so I don't know if we played that game again if Florida wins now.
And I'm saying over under is 9.5. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, 9.5's good.
Okay.